Hi, welcome, and I hope you're doing well. Here I have the iPhone 7 Plus, and I'll be doing battery replacement on this, and I'd like to share this with you step by step on how to replace the bad battery. So the battery is not holding the charge, and when it charged to 100%, it kind of die off very quickly. So the first thing I like to do is to turn off the phone. Go ahead and remove the two screws from the bottom. If you need to find the tools, I have the link in the description below where you can go ahead and purchase the replacement parts and the tools, and you can follow along with the video on how to replace how to change out your battery. Now this is the prying tool, and this metal prying tool I stick in right about this much. I try not to stick all the way in because you do not want to damage the motherboard or the battery or any component inside the phone. So you just wanted to stick enough to cut the adhesive. So this is the iPhone 7 Plus. They do comes with water resistant adhesive seal that seals around the phone, kind of like prevent the dust to go in or any splash of water or anything that goes in. So you need to have the prying tool to pry open the screen, and as you pry, try not to put a lot of force into it. You just wanted to stick enough in to kind of cut the adhesive. At the same time, you might want to just pry it open a little bit by little. Alright, so now the phone is pretty loose and I'm ready to open it up. So when I open, I kind of turn it to my right. You flip it open to your right, and right about 90-degree angle like this, you want to hold the phone screen. Do not open all the way because the cables are still attached to it. Now this is the tri screw, or what we call the Y screw. Go ahead and remove that screw because we need to get underneath the bracket. So there are 4 screws, and make sure you do not match the screws. They are different sizes. So as you remove them, make sure you have them in the right position so you know how to put it back together later on. Alright, so here comes the bracket. I move the bracket to the side. Now this is the battery connector. Let's go ahead and disconnect the battery first. Okay, so the battery is loose and disconnected. Now I can go ahead and pry open the LCD screen and the digitizer. Now the screen are still not free to go because the ear speaker and the camera is still attached to it. So let's come back here and go ahead and use the tri screwdriver and remove the 3 screws. Alright, once you have the 3 screws removed, go ahead and open up the remove the bracket here, and go ahead and disconnect this front camera. Now once you have everything disconnected, the whole screen is just going to come right off. Okay, so whatever leftover adhesive right here, as I was explaining to you, if you can reuse and stick it back, go ahead and do so. And if you feel like it's coming, like sticking out, and you gotta remove it, just peel it off. Alright, at this point here, you can see the battery is a little bit swollen. I can see like the lump is kind of pushing onto the battery, so it is time for replacement. Now if you turn it around on the phone, if you look carefully, there's these 3 little black tape. Okay, so this black tape is the one that is holding on to this white little double-sided tape. Okay, so you want to go ahead and slightly remove them and pull that white tape away from your body, right? So I have it here. Now this is where you want to take your time, be very gentle, do not rush on this one, because you do not want to have what just happened is I accidentally pulled too hard and this tape just broke off. You want to maintain this white tape because hold on, let me remove this screw right here. Kind of stuck into my screwdriver. Okay, so you need this to pull the entire tape off, so be very gentle, slowly work your way around it. Oops, I break it again. Oh well. It's a good lesson, and I'll show it to you how to remove it after. Try to dig in. Now this one here in the middle, please don't break it. Alright, so there you go. It's a good one. And this is the third last tape. Let's go ahead and remove it as well. It looks like mozzarella cheese. The more you pull, the more longer it gets. Alright, so far what I have is remove the two, but I have the first one get stuck underneath, right? So right now I like to come back and dig the white cheese out. I can see it right here on the phone. So it's gonna take some time to dig it out. I'm glad I can show it to you on this video. Now this is where I want to be very careful, and I'm gonna warn you on this one. Okay, so because I'm using a tweezer, it's very pointy. You do not want to puncture or stab the battery, and if you puncture the battery or step onto the battery, it will catch fire. Okay, so I just want you to make sure you understand that it's a hazard when you remove the battery. It will catch fire, so be very careful. Do not puncture the battery, and yeah, try not to do crazy stuff on it. There was one time the battery was really bad and it's swollen, and I tried to replace it, and I think I poked a hole in it or something, and the battery was caught on fire. So it was really bad. It smelled bad. The fire is really, flaming hot. So I just wanted to point that out to you. Please be very careful. This is a hazard safety concern. Okay. For some reason, this first tape is very difficult. It's so stubborn that it doesn't want to come out. Finally. Alright, finally I was able to pull that out. Let's see what is still being stuck. There must be something alright in the middle one. The middle cheese is still, some of it got left behind. There you go. So once you remove it, you see how the thing is pulling onto the back of the battery. Like I said, when you try to remove that white double-sided tape, do not puncture the battery or damage the battery. This will catch fire. It's a hazard. There's a warning sign right here. Potential fire or burning. So please be very careful when you change out the battery. Alright, so this is the new battery that I got, and this is the Apple OEM battery. And what I like to do is you got to tape down the battery. So this is the double-sided tape. It doesn't have to be this tape, it can be any tape that you like, but as long as it's double-sided and it's not thick. You do not want to be really thick, which it would push the battery, right? So you just want it to be as flat as possible, and it's double-sided to hold the battery. That's the whole goal on this repair. So I leave some little bit up here pointing out so that I know this is where the tape is going to be. So the next person, if I need to replace it again on the battery, I know where to pull on the side of the double tape. All right, let's see. Okay, the first thing I like to do is make sure I have the connector inserted and push all the way the cable, because this cable is not in the right position yet. So make sure this is the enough room for the thing to go in, because the cable has to be folded at a certain angle. Okay, once it's in, I push it all the way. I know this is the right position, so I press it down where my tape is. So press it down. Now the battery holds on to it. I can come back here and disconnect the battery, right? Because we need to insert the screen first and also the front camera. Now I can connect the battery. Okay, it is in. Now the next step is to connect the put the screw back in the bracket. It's very straightforward. So make sure you know where the screw goes. There are 3 screws for the top. So if you find this video is helpful, please go ahead and click the like button, and I hope that the tutorial helps you to replace your iPhone 7 battery. And if you want, you can check out the link in the description below. I would direct you to either Amazon or eBay, where you can buy the battery replacement and also the tools for this repair. So the process might take you about half an hour, and like I said earlier, I had a bit of a challenging on the first white tape that it broke off all the time, and I was having a hard time to dig it out. So but if you have a one go like easy pull off on the tape, it should be very quickly very easy for you to change out the battery. Alright, so this is the second base. I do have a different video for battery replacement, maybe on the iPhone 8 Plus or the iPhone 10. You can, if you like to go ahead and change your phone for your parents, or maybe you know, if you have a friends that need help with a different model, go ahead and check out my other video. Those will be also the full tutorial on how to replace the battery as well. Alright, so this last screw right here for the bigger bracket is longer. It's all the way to the right side, or the way to the top if you're looking at this direction here. Alright, so I have it all the way in. Now to install the screen, so make sure that the top here, the 3 little slide in first, the clipper slide it in, push it all the way in, and you want to crunch it on the side. Okay, crunch it on the side, and do not forget to put the 2 screws back in. And right now with the new battery, I would like to do a deep cycle charge, maybe give it about 4 hours to 6 hours fully charged on this new battery, and after that you can start using your phone. So if you like the video, if this is helpful to you, please go ahead and click the like button, subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you next time. Take care.